Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be part 1 of my 3-part summer perfume series because you know it's summer. I gotta have 3. I live in Florida. I'm a hot climate. Fall is definitely one of my favorite seasons, but when it comes to the perfume world, one of my favorite style of perfumes are more what I would consider summer perfumes. Of course, you can wear perfumes whenever you want, but I do categorize my perfumes, and I tend to wear more fresh, citrus, beachy, tropical, fruity, fun, light, you name it, uplifting, upbeat, just things that remind me of summer. And I have probably the most in that category. So when I did my spring, like my top spring perfumes, I did a 2-part where I did perfumes I'm looking forward to like testing out and revisiting, because either I hauled it, didn't revisit it, or I had hauled it recently. And I wanted to do that again for summer because there are a top 10 that I either recently hauled or I hauled and haven't had a chance to revisit. And I'm looking forward to revisiting them. So not necessarily a top 10 yet. Some of them are loves already, but my mind can change. So I still want to test them and play with them, and we'll go over that. And then I am going to be doing 2 more parts where I'm doing my top perfumes, but I've actually had a couple people request like my top fresh perfumes, and then a couple people asked to do my top tropical scents. So I thought that was a perfect way to split up my perfumes because I have a lot of top summer scents. Now, because I haven't spent a lot of time with these, I'm not going to go over longevity, performance. I'm just gonna read to you what the notes are and why I'm looking forward to spending time with this perfume during the summer. One last makeup check, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So we're gonna get into my scent of the day, which is my first to kick this lineup off, and that is Mugler's Angel Iced Star. So I am gonna be probably talking about this one in more detail when I do my June collective haul at the end of the month, because I've only worn this twice, but I already have some thoughts. And L'Oreal, you're hurting my feelings. So this is my scent of the day, and we're gonna refresh. And guys, I've refreshed this perfume 3 times, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this perfume doesn't last on me. It's a very beautiful scent, but unlike Angel Nova, which was pretty but got obnoxious, this one's pretty, but it's fleeting. So I'm gonna go into more details, but this one's described as sweet, coconut, fruity, tropical, vanilla, lactonic, and patchouli. And this has pineapple, coconut, vanilla, praline, and patchouli. And this does kind of vibe like it's kind of like if the 2019 and 2020 the Courvoisiers had a baby. This would be their baby, but those perform a little bit better. So, and let me just show you, this is probably one of my favorite bottles. It stands on its own, which is nice. You don't need a stand for it. And then just the colors, so pretty. Okay, so now that you know my scent of the day, go ahead and let me know what your scent of the day is. Now, you guys know I like to group stuff. So I have 10, well I have 9 more, but 1 is a house, and that is the house of Dossier. So you guys know I've been working with Dossier, so I am looking forward to playing around with these. I have fruity honey, floral rhubarb, floral pear, and floriento coconut. So first we're going to start with floral rhubarb, and this is rhubarb, orange blossom, peach, daffodil, milky accord, narcissus, cedarwood, blondwoods, and musk. This is just a tart, fruity floral. It's got a little bit of like a soft almond milkiness. Like, don't think creamy like thick. It's more like a watered down milkiness almost in the way dry down. Definitely get it more in Marc Jacobs. Perfect. Like after that 30-minute mark, the rhubarb falls off in the background, whereas here the rhubarb sticks around for the first 2 hours. But I actually like that. Makes this very tart and refreshing. I really like that note in perfumes. Then we have floral pear, and this is a Jo Malone inspiration. And this one I only tested out for my video, so again this one is definitely more floral fruity. For me, fruity florals are more like, they're more fruity, they're more juicy. This you really get the freesia in this one. And then there's fruit off into the background. This one's more fresh and definitely a little bit more floral. But the florals in here, it's more of a fresh kind of floral. And then this does dry down to get a little bit more musky and woodsy. And then Fruity Honey is another Jo Malone inspiration. And I'll list the Jo Malone inspirations below because I don't have it. I don't have the cards in front of me. And this is more of a relaxed, chill video. I didn't take notes. This one is more fruity. Think of L'Impatrice. Like it's more uplifting. It's a little bit more mouth-watering. But this has black currant, green leaves, honey, nectarine, peach, and vetiver. This is very well blended. Like the honey in here isn't like sticky sweet. So really looking forward to playing with that one a little bit more. And then last we have Floriental Coconut, and this is inspired by Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc. And this does give me a slight suntanny vibe, but this is more luxurious and fresh and beachy, but you're at a resort at the beach. So you get the beach air, but you're by the pool. That's what this smells like. This has cardamom, pistachio, bergamot, ylang ylang, tuberose, jasmine, cedarwood, amber, benzoin, and coconut. Or you could even be on a cruise ship. It's just you get kind of like those spa smells when you're in like places like that, like at a hotel or like on a boat, mixed in with like the beach is what this is expensive smelling. This is an expensive smelling kind of suntanny scent. So really looking forward to that one. And then my last inspired by is by Alexandria Fragrance. And this is Hawaii Volcano. And this is described as citrus, sweet, and coconut. And this is inspired by Creed's Virgin Island Water. So this has coconut, lime, Sicilian bergamot, Sicilian mandarin, ylang ylang, Indian jasmine, hibiscus, musk, and woodsy notes. And for me, this one I like. It's different from the inspiration to Soleil Blanc. This is like more, almost like a coconutty, tropical mojito. Like there's lime, there's a zestiness to this. There's also a creaminess to this one. Like the coconut in that one is a little bit more like a coconut water, whereas in here, it comes off, I mean, it could be coconut water in the opening, but definitely it starts to get creamier as it dries down. And the lime is very prominent in this perfume. This is definitely pretty close to Creed's Virgin Island Water. This one performs better. So really looking forward to playing with this one this summer. The next we have Valentino Donna Yellow Dream. And this one, I don't feel like they list all the notes. So they've been doing that a lot lately with new releases. But I do get the base of the pink bottle, the Valentino Donna Born in Roma. I do get that in the base. This is just more of a citrus version, and that one's a little bit more fruity, blackcurrant. So even though they don't list vanilla, I feel like there's vanilla in here. There's definitely something kind of sweet in this perfume, which I like because a lot of my citrus perfumes are more musky. They're citrus and fresh, some of them a little bit more soapy. This has a sweetness to it even though they don't list it. So this is described as citrus, musky, rose, powdery, aromatic, and floral. And I do get the rose and I do get the lemon and the musk, but there is something in here that is sweet, and I think it's vanilla even though they don't list it. So I really like this one. It's different. I actually like this one a little bit more than the pink bottle just because I prefer citruses, and I feel like the DNA is still in here. It's just more leaning on a citrus kind of side and kind of rosy. And you guys, I've learned that rose is a note that I really enjoy, especially if it's a modern rose, which this is definitely more of a modern rose. So really looking forward to playing with that one. All right, so this next one I'm looking forward to because I'm hoping that in the Florida summer heat, a note will disappear. And that is Nina Ricci's Chant d'Extase. And here's the bottle. There's a mermaid on the box of this, and honestly that's what drew me into this perfume. And I really do enjoy this perfume, but there's something in here that just comes off very pencil shavings. This is another one like the Valentino Yellow Dream. This has a sweetness to it. Now they do list it. This has raspberry, ginger, lemon, pink pepper, sea notes, rose, jasmine, magnolia, caramel, vanilla, musk, and ambergris. And this, for me, is an aquatic. I get the caramel. I get a saltiness from the ambergris. It's got a sweetness, you know, from, it's like a salted caramel, very lightly, but there is something in here that, I don't know which note it is, comes off very pencil shaving. The top notes, I don't get them a lot. Like I have other perfumes where I get more of that zest from the ginger. For me, I get citrus and a slight pink pepper note. I don't really get the raspberry, and the ginger in here is definitely softer than some of my other ginger scents, but still really pretty. It's a different take on a citrus, kind of like Yellow Dream. There's a sweetness. It's a little bit more sweeter than that one, probably because there's caramel in here. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if maybe layering it with maybe like another vanilla scent, or maybe in the heat, that note that bothers me will go away, because it does stay pretty much throughout this scent, and it annoys me. But I'm not gonna give up on it because I love that bottle. I know it's dumb. Okay, so next, I recently hauled this one, and it was a love that turned quickly into a nah. And that is Versace's Dylan Turquoise. And I'm really looking forward to revisiting this one in hopes that the guava note will maybe stick around. So I do really enjoy the opening of this scent. And this has lemon, mandarin orange, pink pepper, guava, freesia, cassis, jasmine, clearwood, musk, and cedar. And this opens up with the citrus and the pink pepper, and then I get the guava note when this opens up right away. The freesia in here isn't as strong as it is in like Dossier's floral pear, but I do get it. This is really pretty in the opening. I can't complain about it. Like I love that it's this sharp kind of citrus scent, and then it's the guava that kind of makes it modern and a little different. But after a couple of hours, sadly, that leaves. So do some of the other scents, and it just becomes musky, floral with like a woodsy base. But for the first 2 hours, this is a very beautiful scent, and then sadly, it disappears. So that's my problem with this one. So I'm hoping again in the heat maybe those notes will stick around, because the main playing notes that I enjoyed, they do disappear in this one. All right, and then this next one, this is a love for me, but I'm hoping in the summer maybe it will play a little bit better, and that is BDK's Basassois. And again, this is a good scent, but this is probably one of my worst performing perfumes. It's one that I don't smell after a couple of hours, and I really have to get my clothes. This is probably going to be a bottle that I go through, but it's so good. It's, again, fresh, fruity. It's got like a candiness to it, but not sugary, and it's zesty. So this has top notes of mandarin orange, ginger, black pepper, middle notes of quince, Moroccan jasmine, orange blossom, and then base notes of cashmeran, amberwood, Singapore, and patchouli. And I think the reason why I enjoy this perfume is because of the ginger. I really enjoy ginger. And then I do love spicy perfumes. This is a very, warm, spicy, fruity, floral. It's got the pepper that tickles my nose in the opening. It's zesty, and it's just very pretty and feminine. It's definitely signature scent worthy. I just wished it lasted a little bit longer. So I'm hoping that in the summer heat, maybe it'll stick around a little longer. So, okay, this next one is a love, but I just recently got it, so that's why I'm looking forward to revisiting. But this was love at first sniff. It hasn't lost its sparkle. It's gotten me to actually buy a bunch from this perfume house. This is a perfume house that's like up my alley, and that is Radiant Nectar by Clean Reserve. And I like this house because they just make very simple, fresh, everyday scents, but they don't smell like anything I have in my collection. Yeah, this is fruity, fresh. There's kind of a smoky wood kind of base to this. This has notes of pear, ambrette, tobacco blossom, orris, carrot seeds, musk, ambroxan, and white cedar extract. And even though vetiver isn't listed in here, there's something about this scent that reminds me of Byredo's Bal d'Afrique. So even though this is unique, I know I just said I don't have anything like this. There's a note in here that kind of smells like a note in there. But they don't smell alike, because this is definitely leans more feminine and that one leans unisex. This one's also definitely fruity and that one's not. That one's a little bit more woodsy and just a very beautifully blended vetiver scent. But there is something in here that for whatever reason gives me something Bal d'Afrique. Just letting you know what my nose picks up. One that I'm really looking forward to wearing in summer. I'm pretty sure this is going to be on one of my top lists very soon. But again, I just got it. All right, down to our last two. So another scent that I can't wait to play around with more is Pineapple by Gallagher Fragrances. And this has magnolia, green apple, pineapple, jasmine, dry woods, and musk ambrette. And when this opens up, you definitely get that juicy pineapple with that crisp apple. And then as it dries down, it does get a little bit more dry. Like even though this opens up juicy, it does get a little bit more crisp, fresh, and dry. And then the woods come in and the musk. Really looking forward to playing with this one some more. Again, that is Pineapple by Gallagher Fragrances. And then last, I saved this one last because this has quickly become a love. But I did just pick this up, and that is Gris Dior by Christian Dior. And I'm so glad I got the large bottle. I was so close to getting the small 1 ounce of this. Oh my goodness. Now, this is not a safe blind buy at all. I sampled this first. I got the Discovery set. Now I knew I wanted it, so as soon as I got the Discovery set, I tested it out immediately for the first 2 days because I was gonna blind buy the little bottle. Just because I've seen reviews on it and looking at the notes, I've been really interested in getting perfumes with oak moss because I have perfumes with it and I absolutely love the way it smells. So I wanted this one. But this is definitely different. Like it's one you're gonna want to test out because you got to be okay with oak moss earthiness, kind of like after the rain fresh scent. This scent is stunning. This has notes of rose, oak moss, patchouli, bergamot, amber, cedarwood, and sandalwood. If I had to describe this or put this in a fragrance family, I really couldn't, but there is something about this that reminds me of Tiziana Terenzi's Purpura. They don't smell the same, but there's something earthy and kind of powdery about both of them that I got. It's just that Purpura was a little bit more vintage to me, and the rose in that one was a little bit too realistic. But it's one that I think I would have enjoyed with time, but it was such a big bottle that I didn't want to risk it. So that one did leave my collection. But there's something. They don't smell the same, but there's something in it. So Gris Dior kind of reminds me of like the rainforest in Puerto Rico. Like it reminds me of a rainforest, but the only rainforest I've ever gone to in Puerto Rico is El Yunque. They have like a really nice waterfall and just the water coming off the rocks and the forest around us is what this smells like. I don't want you to think you're gonna walk around smelling like a wet, earthy rainforest. That's just where this brings me to. But you know, you do get the rose, you do get the brightness from the bergamot, but it's not sharp or very citrusy. And I don't really get like a strong warmth from the amber. This is really about the oak moss to my nose. And the sandalwood in here isn't like a creamy sandalwood. It's more kind of like a woodsy, but not like pencil shavings. More authentic. But yeah, I don't really have anything to compare this to. This is just a pretty signature scent, but it's gonna be one you're gonna want to test out, because I can see a lot of people not liking the oak moss in this, because it's pretty, at least for me, it is a major playing note in this perfume. It's very after the rain kind of fresh scent, and I absolutely love it. So again, that is Gris Dior by Christian Dior. So those are the perfumes that I'm really looking forward to revisiting this summer. But let me know in the comments below, what are some of your favorite perfumes you're looking forward to wearing this summer? That will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.